B, and this is B's Intuition. And today we're going to do a reading. And I want to say, so we'll do what do people think when they come across your social media. I just thought this would be a fun little theme. Obviously, it's not going to apply to everyone because not everybody has social media out there, but you know, we'll just see what comes up. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, so what do people see in the collective? That's not how I want to word it. Okay. How do people view the collective's social media? Please and thank you, Spirit. Please and thank you, Spirit. Anything else? What do other people think when they see the collective social media? Please and thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Let me just show you what the heck came out because this is actually pretty cool. Okay, 2 of Pentacles. Honestly, I'm getting that you're very balanced. I don't think that your social media is anything too wild, and I don't think that your social media is anything too bland. The Emperor. This actually came out like this, and I didn't see the Emperor at first. I just saw this, but then it popped out, and I was like, oh my gosh! Okay. Clearly, you look like a boss. I don't know if this is like literal. Maybe you are a boss. Or it honestly just maybe is more so like you're the boss of your life, you know? Like whatever you do well. And then the Knight of Cups. You may be quite romantic or creative. Or both, actually. 3 of Cups. This is indicating that you may have a lot of friends, or maybe like even if you don't have a lot of friends, maybe your circle is just people that are really like positive or like really get along with you or something along those lines. And then at the bottom of the deck is the Lover's card. Hello. And honestly, I'm getting this as, well, for one, I do think that something about you is quite romantic. You may be a hopeless romantic, or there's definitely something about love, about your social media presence that people see or feel. Also, I'm getting this because it is like animals and it's the Lover's card. I'm honestly getting sort of like an animal lover sort of energy. But yeah, I feel like you definitely have like an animal lover sort of energy, and that's something that people can pick up on. If they keep being loud, I'm gonna have to move because I'm not dealing with that. And of course, okay. Anyways, there was something else I was getting with this. Okay, there's also like, you know, the choice is very important with the Lover's card. You know, choices in general, especially because there's like a divine element with this. Yeah, you may be like seen as making like either divinely enlightened choices or just like really good choices with your life. I don't know, something about that feels like you've made really good choices about something, or just life in general or something. Okay, so yeah, I feel like something about your choices that you make. Oh, okay, so I feel like whatever they see on your social media, it comes across as if you have made very good choices that have led up to like maybe that profile picture or that status or something like that. I'm almost even, yeah, it feels like a glow up even. Maybe you have had some sort of glow up. And so when people like look you up, maybe they're surprised with like how you look or how your energy is. Okay, before I say that, well, yeah, we should dive right into clarifications, but like there is something about transformative energy with that, so that could be popping up especially. Yeah, okay, let's just start clarifying. Starting with that Two of Pentacles. Please and thank you, Spirit. The Hanged Man. You're somebody that sees things from a very different perspective, but very enlightened. You're very spiritual, I feel like, to people. Like, they see you as a spiritual person that has seen things, but like in a different perspective. But this is a balanced perspective at the same time. So even though it's very different, I think, than people around you, the way you see things, it also, something about it feels very rational, but like rare. I don't know exactly how to, like, it's like spiritual, I don't know, spiritual rationalism, rationality, I don't know what the word for it is, but like, it's like, I don't know, you see things from a different perspective. And then the Page of Wands just came out too. So you're somebody that is seen as being pretty optimistic. And maybe that's kind of where your perspective is different. You have more optimism than most people, I want to say. Wind's picking up. I take that as a confirmation. Yeah, you see things from a more optimistic, more spiritually enlightened point of view. And as such, it's a very balanced sort of energy. It's like, it's rare, but it's balanced. I don't even know. Well, I think a lot of it may have to do with the fact that you've probably controlled your ego for the most part when you're making choices, because our egos really do drive a lot of our choices that we make in life, and we don't even realize it until we become aware of it. And I feel like you've reached that awareness now where you don't make decisions based in your ego. Or if you do, you try not to. And as such, I feel like you removing your ego or trying to make decisions or do things without your ego being involved, it's very unique and it's more optimistic. I also feel like there's a sense of knowing yourself that comes with that as well. Bottom of the deck, again, there's the Knight of Cups. So yeah, I feel like you're either very creative or you're very much a lover. You may love a lot. Like, honestly, like, you may, like, have love for your fellow human, love for animals. Like, I feel like you just give love. Something about your energy is very loving. And there's something, like, positive about it as well. Yeah, I keep going back to optimism. Something is very optimistic about your energy. And that's something that people can really see. But also I feel like something occurred to allow you to open up your spirituality, allow you to open up your perspective. There was some sort of event, or multiple events even, that have awoken your spirituality. And I feel like that could even be something that people are surprised by, is like how you had like a rebirth. Yeah, again, that transformation energy keeps coming back. Is there anything else about that Two of Pentacles? Eight of Wands. Okay, so I actually am getting that maybe you're like a chattermouth, or maybe you like to post a lot or something. Maybe you like to, this could also be like maybe you like to communicate to people through your social media. So yeah, like if you're like doing videos like I am right now, that would be communicating to people through your social media. And if it were on different social media, you could always like, yeah, like say for instance, I date myself by saying Facebook as like the ultimate social media, but for lack of better reference, Facebook. If you like, yeah, on Facebook, maybe the most of the reason why you have Facebook is just so you can connect to your friends who also have Facebook. Maybe you use it for messaging your friends. Maybe you use it for checking in on your friends. Like, there's something here about, like, communication that you really, communication is really important to you, I feel like. And I feel like that could be picked up through your social media. Yeah, you may have a reputation as a chatterbox, but I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. It seems very positive. I feel like whatever it is that they see about you, like either talking a lot or maybe even sharing your point of view a lot, it feels positive. It doesn't feel like it's annoying. I'm sure, you know, with anything, there's going to be people that love it or hate it. So, like, I'm sure, like, some people out there don't like how much you're talking, but most people, I think, very much see this as a positive trait of yours. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Swords. Oh, that is very interesting because, like, this is a lot of pretty positive energy that we've had pulled on, and it's almost like the people that know you may know your backstory, because I feel like almost like heartbreak or something uncomfortable in your heart space unlocked this spiritual enlightenment or something that happened in your love life or something that happened in your personal life opened up this spiritual portal. Even like, it feels like you have really been transported to a different identity, because I feel like some people that have not seen you in a long time are going to look up your social media and be like, that cannot be the same person. Like, that's literally what I'm getting. You must have, like, really transformed. And it's even more crazy because all of this positive energy is coming out as a result of, or not as a result of, but rather coming out of a time of pain. You are a strong transmuter of energy. You've used your pain in order to become more optimistic, more positive. So yeah, like, the people that know you know your backstory and they know that you've been through struggle. But it's almost like if somebody that doesn't know you just sees what's on the surface, they're gonna think, oh wow, this person's really optimistic. I bet they've always been that way. But I don't think you have. I think something happened in your past. And again, it could have been multiple things. Three swords going through the heart. So it could have been multiple areas of your life that something happened, or multiple things happened, and as a result, it led you down your spiritual path. So, like, the people that know your backstory, they're like in awe of you because it's like, wow, this person has really transformed for the better. And then the people that don't know that backstory, I honestly don't think they have any clue that this is your backstory, that you've experienced pain. Because I almost even see, like, and this is sort of, I don't know about anybody else, but for me personally, sometimes I make assumptions. If I meet somebody and they're just like this bubbly, fresh, like, breath of fresh air, you know, like, just kind of like, wow, this person's amazing. I don't know about you, but I personally assume, like, yeah, that person's probably always been like that. But sometimes that's not the case, you know? Sure, there are people that have always been happy-go-lucky, I'm sure. But most of us have experienced some sort of struggle or difficulty in life. And so I feel like, yeah, the people that know that backstory are impressed, and people that don't, they just assume that maybe you haven't been through that much. And it's almost like only through communicating with you, only through directly either communicating with you or seeing maybe your statuses, what you share on social media, that's when they get a deeper look under the surface. Okay, let's move on to the Emperor. Please and thank you, Spirit. The Wheel of Fortune is clarifying the Emperor. Those are 2 major arcanas. And oh my gosh, that Wheel of Fortune is, in particular, that, like, is deep. Okay. I don't know why I said it like that. That almost sounds like Spirit was, like, talking down my neck. Which, honestly, kind of. Like, the messages I'm getting are kind of intense right now. But, like, so you collaborate with the universe, for one, and it brings about all of this abundance and success for you. And, like, with the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the Emperor, Yeah, you literally co-create with the universe. Like, you and the universe are like this. I don't know if you know this or not, but like, that's what people see. And like, not to mention with the Wheel of Fortune, there's divine timing involved. So like, you work with divine timing. Also, the Wheel of Fortune never stops, and so it's always turning. And so like, the reason it's always turning is to balance out energies, right? Because it's like, sorry, that's really loud because it's like literally right above me. Maybe I should wait for it to pass. Anyways. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is always turning. And so like at points, that Wheel of Fortune will be turning in your favor, and at other points that Wheel of Fortune will be turning against your favor. And that's just how life works, because it's always like a balancing act, the universe, you know? We need the dark, we need the light, and they both need to be balanced out. We can't have too much light or too much darkness, because there needs to be balance. And so the Wheel of Fortune is always turning, and people see you as working with that wheel, meaning that you take the good and the bad, and whatever the universe gives you, you make it work. Like, I'm getting goosebumps. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like literally insane goosebumps right now saying this. Oh, I got lipstick on my arm. Don't even know how that happened. Oh, my water bottle, I think. Anyways, stay focused, B. Okay. But yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is always turning, and you know this, and you use it for your benefit. Even if bad things are happening to you, you're like, how can I use this to become more successful, more abundant, more powerful? Like, you're so unstoppable. Like, I honestly am getting that. Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's what people see. They see that you are truly unstoppable, and you know how to work with the universe. Like, and it just builds up your success more and more and more. And I'm honestly getting that this could definitely be interpreted. Like, say somebody sees this sort of energy on your social media, it can definitely be interpreted as like, oh, well, they're just God's favorite. And that can be kind of like, you know, a little bit like of a neg, you know? But honestly, I feel like that's just under representing the power that is you. Because it's like somebody else, like, say that whole God's favorite thing, that could be applied to anyone, but it's like, because it's you specifically and the way that you work specifically, yeah, like, just saying you're God's favorite does not come anywhere close to the truth. And so people that kind of say that, I feel like they're more so feeling bitter and like, oh, everything just goes so easily for them, which I really don't think that things have been easy for you. You just make it look like it's easy, you know? Because that's your power, you know? You just have this effortlessness that people, I think, sort of envy, to be honest. But yeah, like, even, like, it's not just that you're God's favorite, if that's like even something that you consider or whatever. It's that you know how to work with the universe. You know how to work with the bad. You know how to work with the good. Like, you know how to work with both things. You know how to work with everything, honestly, is what I'm getting. And so it's like, and I think maybe it's something about you that is very dynamic and changing and evolving, and like, you know how to morph yourself into that certain situation. Like, you know how to work around negative energies. You know how to work around positive energies. You know how to make things work for you. And it's so incredibly unique to you that, like, God's favorite just does not even come close to shining a light on what truly makes you amazing. And it's you. It's your ability to navigate these difficult situations, these darker times in your life. And not only not let them hold you back, but let them help you go forward. I think that it's a very unique, like, incredibly unique quality that you have. And then people that see that on the surface, they don't see all of the hard work that you're doing, the perseverance, the optimism, the, like, all of those things that go into you being able to work with whatever the universe gives you. That is your power. So don't let anybody ever try to tell you that, you're just blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, you're just favored by everyone, or you're just everybody's favorite, or you're just God's favorite. And that's always coming out of a place of bitterness. It's never to really speak you up. It's usually to just tear you down. Like, oh yeah, everything gets handed to blah, 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 But I honestly feel like it's so much deeper and complex than that. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. I actually I really like that, because that shows that you have a fighter spirit. Yeah. And that honestly matches that exactly, because you don't become the emperor. The emperor. Like, let me just emphasize, the emperor. The combination of all the kings combined. You do not become the emperor by sitting on your hands. I don't know if that's a phrase. I keep saying that, or at least I've said it a couple times, and now I'm like, is that even a phrase? Anyways, like, you're definitely not just like sitting around waiting for things to be hand delivered to you. You are a fighter. You know how to fight. Oh, that reminds me of a quote from one of my favorite shows. Anybody that's been here a while, you might remember me mentioning the show. It's called Lark Rise to Candleford. It's a British show, one of my comfort shows, to be honest. But there is a character in it. His name is James Dowland, and he is quoted saying a very beautiful line, and it's something along the lines of like, you learn how to fight, and then you learn how to enjoy the fight. And he was pretty much just talking about how he had become successful in his lifetime, and that was like a part of it or something. I can't remember the exact context, but the quote is more or less like that, where it's like, first you learn to fight, and then you learn to enjoy the fight. And I think that's where you are. That's the sweet spot. Like, I think that part of you kind of likes a challenge, and you're not afraid to face a challenge head on. And like, you're more than willing and ready to fight for whatever it is that means something to you. I'm also even getting that maybe when you were younger, you may have been picked on or pointed out and like, I guess bullied. There's not really a better way to really describe that, but yeah, it feels like a group of people that just kind of teamed up on you and like, were like, you stick out for some reason, we're gonna make fun of you for it. That could have been your experience growing up. Because it feels like maybe the reason why you have this fighter spirit is because you may have had to fight for so long in your life to just exist. Especially if you're different, because people don't like different. They want something that's going to fit easily into a box or a mold or, whatever. And you're just not that kind of way. And so maybe even from your birth, I don't know why I was going to say that, but like, since childhood, you have been othered. And I feel like it's so strange, because like, maybe another person would have like had that crumble them. That fact that they've always been an outsider, the fact that nobody's ever liked them for them, blah, blah, blah. Some other people could use that to make them bitter and, maybe even closed off and, afraid of connecting to other people. But like, you don't do that. I really do feel like it, going back to that quote from Lark Rise to Candleford, is like, you learned how to fight, and then you learned how to enjoy the fight. So it's like the people that know that's past of you, that like backstory of yours, they know how much of a fighter you are. But anybody that has not known or learned or heard of your past, they may think that you've always just had this sort of tenacity about you, and it just comes easily to you. But I think you've had to, but you've also, I don't even know, like, I don't even know how to word this. Like, it's not only that you may have had to, in certain situations, learn to fight, and stand up for yourself, and, stand for what you believe in, and, whatever. I feel like it's not only that, but, like, there's something in your nature that has grown to enjoy a challenge, grown to enjoy the unexpected, and yeah, it feels like, yeah, it's like, that quote just like perfectly sums up the energy I'm getting right now, to be honest. You just have that fighter spirit, and it's like you don't mind having to step into that fighter spirit. And it's almost like that fighter spirit, I think you carry that fighting spirit around with you. And it's like, I feel like you're very selective, because we did have that like wisdom earlier about like your perspective of things. So I don't think you're somebody that fighter spirit is triggered very easily. I don't think that at all. I think you are very particular about when to show that fighting spirit, or when to step up into that fighter spirit. Like, you have a selectiveness about you, and you know what circumstances call for that fighting spirit and what circumstances may not call for that fighting spirit. So like, yeah, like if somebody's just trying to attack your ego, like, oh, you're ugly, you're like, and like, you're not gonna go into the fighter spirit over something petty or something that's trying to go at the ego, because you've healed and evolved past that point. So, you know, people that are trying to pick on you, people that are trying to like be passive aggressive with you, and, you know, trying to be like snide and maybe like backhanded comments or compliments or whatever, you let a lot of things just roll right off. And it's almost like maybe you just know your own power, and like that you know that you have that fighter spirit in you. And so it's like you're never afraid, but it's like you know that it's not necessary to be in that energy all the time. Because especially if you are in that fighter spirit all of the time, that could be more so along the lines of like fight or flight sort of mode, you know, nervous system being out of whack, kind of being on edge all the time. And that's not where you are. I feel like it's like you are organized. Like, honestly, this is gonna sound weird, but I almost picture you as like an organizer. And I'm thinking of like a physical organizer, like say like one of those organizers where it's like you can put your makeup in little compartments in it, or like say like an organizer that has a bunch of drawers that you can pull out. And so what I'm trying to say with this is like you're like that organizer, and in each drawer is another part of you. Like, you're so multifaceted. There's so many layers to you. There's so many different parts to you. And it's all contained within one vessel. Yeah. And it's beautiful. Like, yeah, because I feel like this is already kind of summarized that you have that lover spirit as well, but you also have this fighter spirit. Like, I feel like you're completely complex. Honestly, you're probably the kind of person that like somebody could know you for like a long time but still not know you completely, you know? It's almost like anybody around you is still learning new things about you, even if they've been your friend for a million years. Like, it's like, and I think part of that too is like you're never staying stagnant as a person. You're always evolving, you're always changing. Like, even your opinions change, and that's beautiful. Like, some people think that if I have an opinion, I have to, you know, I have to hold that opinion for the rest of my life, and I have to fight for that opinion to be seen as correct, and, you know, that's gonna be like my whole thing. And it's like, no, you don't have to. You can, like, and honestly, what shows a healthy person is somebody that's willing to accept when they are wrong, when they may not have all the facts, when they may have some facts mixed up, or, you know, it's so insane to me how many people go about life as if they have all the answers to everything, and they never try to change or re-evaluate those, or, you know, it's insane to me, because it's like, this is an ever moving world that we live in. You know, there's always new information that's coming up. There's new studies, new like, just, the world is constantly evolving, changing, turning. There's always new things that are coming up, and so it's like it's only normal and natural for a human, which we are all imperfect. We all do not see the answer to everything all the time, and we're not always right. We don't always have the perfect opinions, and you know, I don't know if I'm making any sense with this, but it's like, I think it shows the quality of a person when you can see them changing their perspectives and changing their opinions about things, especially when better, more accurate information is brought to your attention. You're not ignoring that new information. You're not ignoring that new study or whatever it is that is making you change your mind or your perspective. You're not just ignoring those and closing them out and saying like, no, I know what's right. I don't even have to look at that study because I'm correct. And it's like, I don't know. You're just so... I don't even know. It's like you're so unique, but yet you're so encompassing as well. Ugh. This is a very interesting energy, and I don't know if I'm doing it like justice by like trying to explain things, because sometimes I have these ideas but I can't articulate them the way that I want to. But I can always like edit, you know, when I'm editing later this video, I can always like try to like add in a few like other ideas that I'm having during this process, because sometimes I remember while I'm editing to bring up some good points, so maybe I'll just add a few in here or whatever. A little spider on my leg. Keep going away. Yeah, so let's see what else comes out for this Emperor. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. How do people see the collective social media? Please and thank you. Ace of Wands. I feel like this is telling me that you're a creator. And you let your passions guide you? Okay, I'm getting another message. Okay, you may be very attractive, and okay. So there's multiple messages that are coming for this, but I'm almost even getting, because this is coming out to clarify the Emperor. I feel like people love your power, and they're very attracted to the power that you possess. Also, you may just be attractive in general, and people seeing your social media, they may get excited, let's just say. Let's just say that. Yeah, I think you're very attractive to a lot of people as well. But yeah, there is a lot about like growth and passion and creation. I know. Okay, and now I'm getting another message. Okay, there's a lot of messages coming through for this one. So I'm even getting it a little bit more literally, like this is a hand, probably your hand, holding a wand. And I almost feel like maybe some people even think that you cast like a magical spell to make your life go well or something. I don't know. Like, that's literally the message I'm getting. I feel like, especially, okay, people that especially see you in your power and, you know, at the top of your game, like, I feel like they're gonna be like, did this person like do some magic and now they're like reaping the rewards? Like, I honestly think that some people might think you're a witch, or that you're able to like cast a spell that allows you to flourish in life or something. Like, maybe you have some sort of like secret recipe to your success here. But also this could be indicating that you have a lot of power in the way of like magic as well. Maybe they think that you're a magical person. So even if they don't think that you've waved a magic wand and made your life better, it could be that you just have a very magical sort of aura, which would make sense, especially because it almost feels like you've created, and now I'm getting another message. I don't know what that was, but something small and black just scurried over across this path here, and now I'm scared. Well, it's not on my side of the path, so I guess I don't have to be worried. It might have been a small and black like that. I'm scared. What are you? Yeah, what are you? Okay, stay focused, Pete. I don't care. It's probably just a mouse. And I only got it out of the corner of my eye, so it may have not even been black, but just in my peripheral. Anyways, focus. The other message I was getting is like a pencil in the hand. So it's like almost like you sketching out a picture of your future self that you want to be, and then that coming true. So like, ooh, now I'm getting a really good one. And I think maybe that's the point of all of these messages, is like, you know how to use the tools that you have at your disposal. And this kind of goes back to that Wheel of Fortune card, where you know how to work with the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. And you make it work for you. And I feel like, yes, you're very multi-talented, I feel like. Because it's like, you may even be an artist, like, honestly, because like I am getting like a pencil in a hand, like sketching something. You could also be a writer. Could be writing that they're doing. Anyways, yeah. You just know how to use what's like at your disposal. And you use it for like things that I almost feel like people, like, it's okay. It's so strange because it really does feel like people may see it like, it's almost like if the same pencil, like say, or maybe the same magic wand, if that same magic wand was given to somebody else, they would not have known how to use it the way you know how to use your magic wand. I know that sounds kind of weird, but like, it's like it's you. Like, I don't know how to explain this, because it's like, it's so you. Like, it's you. The power comes from you being you. I don't know how else to say that. Like, it's really like this power, this talent, this ability is mind-blowing to everybody else, but for you it just comes naturally almost. And not to say that you haven't practiced or haven't improved upon things, or that this is a process, but it's like the way you do things is so specific and so unlike anybody else, and it stands out. It's like you can't ignore it, the power that you possess. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Ooh. Oh, I love that. Okay. I'm seeing, this could be like, I don't know, like if you're going through like a good time right now or something, but like maybe this is even when you reach your success, because you may be on your path to success right now and maybe not at the height quite yet, because again, that has to do with like divine timing and stuff. So but like when you do reach your height, it's gonna be like, people are gonna see you as living your soft life or being in your soft era, because like, just look at this lady here in the card. Like, she's so unbothered, so serene, so tranquil, so zen, and I feel like that's you. Oh, sorry. That's you. You're just like chilling, like enjoying what you have. Also, there's something about being grateful for what you have. You know exactly the value of what you have. There's something about gratitude for sure that I feel like makes a huge difference in this, because it's like, yeah. So it's like this pentacle that this woman's holding here, she like looks at it very adoringly and is like, yes, this is what I have, and it's beautiful, and I'm so grateful for it. But maybe if that same pentacle was given to somebody else, they would be like, I only get one pentacle? Come on, give me something more. I need more than one pentacle. And then they never really admire and value and truly understand and are grateful truly for what they have. And so they're never going to be happy with whatever they get. Like, even if it is what they want, they don't know how to be grateful for it. And I feel like something about your gratitude is honestly probably why you're experiencing so many blessings. Because you know how to be grateful at the smallest little thing. Like I'm even getting like, and this could have been part of your spiritual process, is you learning gratitude. Because I see you like kind of being like finding even the smallest things to be grateful for. Like I have air in my lungs. I have a roof over my head at night. I have a bed to sleep in. You know, like just the small basic things that like we sort of sometimes take for granted, you know? Yeah, there's something about gratitude that is a huge part of like all of this abundance that surrounds you. Also, I feel like you're kind of just minding your own business, kind of going about your stuff, just kind of like, yeah, like I'm just doing my own thing, like kind of like minding my own business, kind of just going through things, and you know, and I feel like that could be attractive to some people, but also annoying to others, because it's almost like, okay, so there's probably some people that want to sort of something, like they want to trigger you maybe, like where it's like they want to like see if you will explode or show that unhealed version of yourself or something. And so you just kind of going along life, minding your own business, doing your own thing, and having great success with that could be quite annoying to some people. But on the other hand, you just minding your own business, going about life, rocking whatever you're doing, some people are going to see that and it's like, okay, they know what they're doing. They're just minding their own business, going about their thing, and I like that, you know, because it's like a sense of confidence behind that, you know? Like it's almost like you're not, yes, that's what it is. Like you're not like after you do, like after you do a thing, you're not like looking around like, did anybody see me do that? Because like you're not after people's validation. Like you just kind of live off of your own validation, or maybe even your validation from spirit, or maybe the people in your life, you know, like it could be like a close group of friends that maybe well, no, it doesn't feel like you're desiring validation from anyone outside of yourself, to be honest. Like, I mean, I'm sure you love your friends and stuff, but it's like you may not even need their approval. There's something quite confident and self-assured about your energy. Yeah. And I feel like, again, it took you a long time to get to this place. This is not something that you were just born with. Like, you were definitely not born with, like, a sense of gratitude. You were definitely not born with a sense of confidence. It feels like very much like it's all part of your story, and, like, this is what people see now. But maybe you were very insecure in the past. Maybe you did need other people's validation in the past. Maybe you had struggles with being grateful for what you had in the past. But you've learned to change those patterns and grow and evolve and become this beautiful person that you are now. And it, like, especially when you get to your height, I feel like people are going to see that. And like when you get to your height, you're probably going to take some time to relax, right? You know, you're successful, you're on top of the world, maybe go on a vacation or something, or, you know, just take some time out for yourself. And then people are going to see only that small snippet of you enjoying yourself, putting your legs up, putting your feet up or whatever. And it's almost like people will like screenshot that part of your life and be like, see, everything's so easy for them. But I feel like, honestly, it's just a small little snippet of your life, and they don't see all of the work that you have built up over time, all of that hard work you've invested into yourself before making anything physical. You know, there's so much to that process, and like it's all part of your backstory. And I feel like, yeah, it's something very powerful about that. Okay, I just started to slip off the Queen of Pentacles. Underneath it is the Knight of Swords. So, okay, so there's something about like you being very, okay, there's a few things. So I'm getting, again, you like to communicate, especially when it comes to things that are very important to you, things that you hold a great deal of importance with. So maybe like human rights, animal rights, stuff like that. So maybe you're like sort of like a vocal person in that regard or something. But also I'm getting like a sense of like you're eager to share certain insights you have with the world, but I'm not getting it in a way of like pushing it upon people. I don't think that you're like that. I don't think you're like, here's my opinion, take it. Like, I feel like you're more so like, say you notice your friend's going through a rough situation that resembles something that you've been through. You could be like, personally for me, I did this and it worked out for me. Maybe you could try that. You know, like, I feel like you're just like somebody that has ideas, has information, but I don't think that you're being too forceful with it. It's rather just like you're excited to share information that could help others. That's honestly what I'm feeling, to be honest, is like you may have certain knowledge, certain ideas, information that could be very, very helpful for certain people, or maybe a lot of people. And so you're excited to share that with them, but I think you understand at the same time that you don't want to come across as like sort of forcing people to take what you have to say. You know what I mean? I feel like you're very much like thoughtful about that. Like, it comes across as like classy. You're not just like forcing your opinion down people's throat, but more so you're like, if you have something that you feel like could be helpful to somebody, you will bring it up in conversation very easily because you know that it could help somebody. And I feel like honestly that's kind of where you're coming from. It's not necessarily that you want to be seen as somebody that's super knowledgeable and knows everything or whatever. I don't think that's your energy at all. I think it's really just a matter of like, oh, like I used to be in this situation too and it really sucks, so let me help this person. Or, you know, I went through something similar and like this worked for me, maybe it could work for you. Like, it feels more so like coming out of a place of wanting to help rather than like, oh, I know this, blah, 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 blah. That's the only answer. La, 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 la. Now everybody praise me because I'm so smart. Like, that's not your vibe at all. You're just like, you have a lot of information. And I feel like sometimes you get very enthusiastic with sharing things. Yeah, that's what it's telling me. Wow. I keep like getting so many messages for each card. Like a lot of messages for every card. Okay. Let's go on to the Knight of Cups now. Please and thank you. Please and thank you, Spirit. What can you tell us about this Knight of Cups card in relation to how people are viewing the collective social media? Please and thank you. My eye is watering, so my makeup's probably messing up all crazily, but that's okay. Ooh. High Priestess. Yes. Yes, okay. You're incredibly highly intuitive, like, but does that even need to be said at this point? I think we know. You're creative in terms of your spirituality. Also, maybe your spirituality helps you become more loving, because this is clarifying that Knight of Cups. I think you're definitely a combination of love and creative. I feel like that's definitely something here. Because I keep getting like, oh, it could mean creative or it could mean love, but I feel like you're a combination of both, to be honest. But something about your spirituality plays a part in this. I feel like your spirituality allows you to be more loving towards others, maybe more empathetic, more understanding, patient even. And then the other part is like, your creativity is also guided by your spirituality. So maybe you like to make art that really speaks to the human soul. You know, whatever it is that is your art, you know, it doesn't have to be painting pictures, you know, there's so many different types of art out there. You know, music even, you know, we don't even think about that as art, but it is. Or trying to think of other pieces of art. Acting even is art, you know, like there's so many different types. Dancing could be art. Like the way in which you create and you want it to make an impact in the world. Like I feel like you just there's something about your relation to the human experience that you want to, maybe you want to help people feel not alone in their experiences, or you want something that makes an impact to people or helps people feel seen, helps people feel heard, helps people feel understood. Yeah, if you're making art, I feel like that's really, really, really important, and you should lean into that, because something about it is going to make an impact on other people. And it's like, honestly, it's coming as a result of, because it's coming from you and the way that you see things now, especially on your spiritual path. I don't know why I'm pointing at that, but on your spiritual path. It helps you speak more so to the human soul and the human experience, and it's like so important. I feel like there's something very, very, very important about what you do, that the world needs it. And maybe your intuition tells you that, but maybe you're not even quite sure about what that means even, or maybe you're getting an inkling, but you need a confirmation such as this message, to kind of confirm that whatever you're doing is so important, and it's going to touch the hearts of so many people, and it's going to really resonate deeply with others. I feel like whatever it is that you're doing, and I feel like your spirituality, your intuition is telling you that that is correct, and that is what you're supposed to be doing, and that it's going to make a big impact. Also, the High Priestess, compared to the Hierophant, where the Hierophant is more traditional sort of religion, this is more like New Age spirituality. Like, there's a different way that you do spirituality that is very particular and specific to you. And I feel like even that could be touching the lives of people. Maybe people thought that the only way to be spiritual was to be a part of a specific religion or something. But maybe you have like a new age sort of way of looking at spirituality, where it's like you don't necessarily have to belong to a religion. You can just like tap into nature, worship nature, worship the earth, praise the earth, feed the earth, like it could be something like that, where you're seeing something from a completely different point of view. And because you have that point of view, it makes an impact on others, because people may have not thought of that. People may not have like seen spirituality as being so expansive and customizable, really, and I feel like even just you being spiritual alone is going to make an impact on others. And again, this all goes back to you. It's like, I don't even know how to exactly to like emphasize this correctly, but like it keeps pointing out, it's you are the difference, because it's you. And this is going like far beyond social media at this point. Like you, what, like the you that you are, the you that you embody, and all of those multifaceted parts, all of those various different parts of you coming together is such a unique and rare formula. Like it literally is like, it's like yeah, like the beginning of Powerpuff Girls, like sugar, spice, everything nice, and then the Powerpuff Girls were born or whatever. Like honestly, that's like, yeah, like you have so many parts that like were put into you, and then as a result you're just like this amazing person, so it's like, I don't know, I just like, I want you to know how special you are, and I want you to know how impactful you are, and like how you're really going to make a difference in the world. And it's because you're you, like, and that's why I feel like it's such a waste and such a shame when people compare themselves to other people, because no person is gonna be like somebody else. They're only ever gonna be themselves, and yourself can be your superpower. And I want that to be a message out there for anyone that feels that way. Like, oh, I'm not like that person, so I'm not a good person. Or I'm not like that person, or I don't have the things that that person has, so I'm less. Or I'm lesser than, or whatever. And I feel like this is like a really important message, especially to anybody that has mental health difficulties, or whatever you would like to describe them as. that, especially people with depression, like you're simply just you existing is so important for this world, you know? Whether you feel that way or not, like you being you, with all your lived experiences, with the way that your brain works, with the way that you see the world, it is so necessary. And this world needs you. I don't know how else to say that. Like, it's because all of this is just going back to the fact that you are the shining star, you know? Like, you just have so much power, so much, and power is not even enough to really encompass what you have, you know? Like, you have so many wonderful, specific, unique qualities about you. And they're all so necessary to share with the world. I don't know. That just like is coming through really strong right now, that I feel like I need to tell people. Especially anybody that feels like giving up in life, anybody that feels like they aren't important, that they are not going to make the impact that they would like to make in their life or in the world or whatever. Keep going. Don't give up, because you're so necessary, okay? Just your existing is enough, okay? You don't have to be trying to change the world right here, right now. You know, like, you can change the world by simply, like, honestly, like, whether you're a janitor or a CEO, you can make a difference in the lives of everyone around you each and every day. And I don't know why, but this is really needing to come through for some reason. Like, I feel like somebody out there is probably going through a really difficult time right now, because Spirit really wants me to, like, emphasize and stress how important you are. Like, and it, like, okay. So I think they're trying to tell me to tell this story. So I once knew a person, when I worked in customer service, there was this cashier who was an older man, and he was the funniest person. And he was like a star, you know? Like, even though he, like, was very humble, and, you know, for anybody that looked at the surface would just be like, oh, he's just a cashier, you know, whatever. But this man was such an incredible person. Each and every day, he always made somebody smile. He always made somebody laugh. And every time, everybody wanted to go through his line, specifically because of the impact that he made in the lives of others. And I remember the day that he passed away, because he was an older man. And I don't think I'm even fully recovered from it, because he was such a bright light in this life. I can't even imagine. Like, it's just those certain people that you can't imagine never meeting, because they made such a positive impact in the way that you see life, or the way that you show up, or the way that, I don't know. And so, like, literally, you could have a job in which society deems worthless or unskilled, which there's no freaking such thing as a job that is unskilled. You need skills to complete a job, regardless of what the job is. I really don't like that people call certain jobs skilled or unskilled. But yeah, like, somebody that could just look at this surface level accomplishments of this man. Oh, he works as a cashier. And then they could just leave it at that, like, oh yeah, he's worthless. But to me, and to everyone who ever encountered that man, he was everything. Like, I remember wanting to, like, you know, like, because nobody likes to go to work, right? But those days that I showed up to work and he was working with me, that was the best day. I knew I was going to have a good day on those days where we had the same shift or something, or he was there when I got onto my shift. I was like, yes, I get to experience this dude. That is so awesome. So, like, yeah, don't ever, like, even if you have a job that society deems as not good or whatever, or not valuable, that has nothing to do with your value as a human being. And I feel like, yeah, anybody that's going through a difficult time and comparing themselves to others, or comparing themselves according to what society deems worthy or valuable, throw that all out the window, because you are making an impact by simply just being you, showing up as you, and you're making an impact in the lives of others, whether you see that or not. I truly believe that. Okay, let's move on, because I think that I've been spending too long on that message. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Especially with this Knight of Cups. What is it trying to tell us? I'm feeling, again, like you know how to take opportunities that are handed to you. Any sort of opportunity. And again, it doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be like, oh, we're giving you a bar of gold. Like here. Because anybody can know what to do with a bar of gold, right? But say somebody gives you mud. You know? Like, you're gonna be the one to figure out a way to make that mud into bricks and then build something. Like, you're literally that kind of person. Like, you know how to take opportunities, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you know how to make it work for you. And that's such a unique and rare quality. There's something about the path of your life that is being emphasized to me. Okay, so I'm getting like, on the path of your life, every stone of this path, each of those stones that are laid down are like opportunities that have been given to you, that you have used for your benefit or used for your growth or evolution. Like, each stone that is laid in this path of your life is like another like opportunity that you took advantage of, or another accomplishment that you accomplished, or like, it really does feel like your path in life is going to be completely built up of opportunities that you have used for your own growth and betterment. And maybe like, oh yes, there's something about leading by example here. So it's almost like you're laying down those stones, and that's gonna, that path that you built, it's going to serve as a like template or like a blueprint even to other people, so that they know how to navigate those situations the way that you did. It's like really quite beautiful, because it's like, that also kind of tells me that something about you is going to last for generations. The wind's picking up. Something about you is going to last for generations. And people are going to be able to look at it and be like, wow, this person was maybe the original. Like, and I don't want that to put any pressure on anybody to be like, oh, I need to come up with a completely original idea, because no such thing. You know, humans are human, and we all share very similar ideas, and you know, whatever. But where's it going with this? Yeah, like, it doesn't even have to be a completely original, but like, rather just like the way in which you do it. Like, it's like your specific spin on things, your specific spin on things, like your way of navigating situations. Like, again, it has to do with you. It's your way of doing things that makes it special. And I honestly feel like maybe everything you touch, it becomes more special because you were the one that touched it. Like, I know that sounds so weird, but like, I don't mean it literally, like anything you touch, like, or whatever. Like, I mean like the people's lives that you touch. The, like, every animal that crosses your path, every plant that ever is near you feels your love, feels your impact, and it's specifically you. Again, I keep going back to it's you, it's you, it's you. But yeah, so this could definitely be something that people see, is the way in which you take opportunities and you use them for your benefit, and the path that you're laying down is going to be used as a blueprint or something for other people to follow. Like, you're literally leading the way in some way in your life. And I think it's literally just because you have such a unique way of looking at things. You have a unique life experience. You have a unique strategy to life. And I feel like it's so necessary for other people to see that, because it opens people's minds. to the opportunities, opens people's minds to the potential. You just have such a unique way about seeing things, and it makes an impact, and people see that. And they love that about you. I also see you as being a very emotional person. So you may have strong feelings. But I don't think that you are somebody that is driven by your feelings. Because, sometimes our feelings not always rational, Sometimes something can upset us and we don't really have a reason to get upset about it, but, because it triggers us, we're like, oh, yeah. But, yeah, you're incredibly emotional, and I feel like that could come up in the ways of, like, maybe you're somebody that, cries a lot, or somebody that, like, you're not afraid of allowing yourself to feel sad. You're not afraid of letting yourself feel those more difficult emotions. But also on the same part of that, you being very emotional, you relate to other people's emotions. So when you see somebody that's going through a difficult time, you're like, oh, I feel that on a deep and personal level. I know how that feels, And that also makes a huge difference. The fact that you're able to get on people's level with them when they're struggling, especially, it helps people, like, oh my gosh. I feel like you are a person that helps others too. And again, it doesn't have to be like you're a multimillionaire that's donating millions to charities. Like, you are just simply seeing people and looking them in the eye and letting them know that they are important and that they make an impact and they are special. And simply by doing that, you're making the world a better place. Okay, anyways, let's go on to that Three of Cups now. Please and thank you, Spirit. Please and thank you. King of Swords. So, So since this is clarifying the Three of Cups, this is actually really interesting because I'm almost seeing it as like, are you the leader of your friend group? Because like you're showing up in a position of power when it comes to friendships. Maybe your friends really look up to you. I'm getting, maybe you're more mature than your friends, or like age-wise, maybe you're older than them, and therefore you have like a wisdom about you that people like really appreciate. Because also, like, there's something about the information that you contain, the truth that you contain, the ideas that you contain. Like, you have information that is very important to others, and I think especially in your friend group, maybe you're the person that everybody goes to when they're going through a hard time. Like, you have the answers or advice or solutions. Yeah. There's like a huge emphasis on your mind as well. I feel like you have a really incredible mind, whether you realize this about yourself or not. And I feel like your friends really appreciate the knowledge, information, wisdom that you have within you and that you're willing to share. And I don't know if you know this or not, but it's true. Bottom of the deck, the Three of Pentacles. I actually really like this because it's like you're so good at working with others. And again, it's going back to the message I literally just had. You get down to people's level and you look them in the eye. And I don't even know if this is going to come across the way that I want it to, but like, it makes such an impact. Like, and that's something that I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but personally I loved that, especially when I was going through something rough in my past. Like, I loved those moments where somebody looked me in my eye, didn't talk down to me, didn't, try to preach at me, but rather went down to my level, looked me in the eye and said, I feel you. I see you. Like, that makes such an incredible impact in the lives of others. I really don't think that you have any idea about the impact that you make in the lives of others. It truly is so moving. And it's like, I feel like something about your technique or the way you do things, it literally makes people more productive. I feel like you would make a great manager or like a boss of some sort, because the way in which you lead is so unique. Like, you're very much a positive reinforcement sort of person and not like a negative reinforcement person. I want to say that's what that means. Like, a negative reinforcement would be like, you did this bad, so I'm punishing you, I assume. And then whereas a positive reinforcement is, you did a really good job, let me tell you you did a really good job, and then that person's more inspired to do a good job again, you know? Yeah, it's just like the way in which you talk to the human soul. It like reaches people, and it's so impactful. Like, literally, like, I don't want to, like, tell you what you need to do, but I would highly suggest that whatever you do, that it has something to speaking to others. Like, and it doesn't have to even be literal speaking. Like, if that's something that you're very uncomfortable with, it doesn't have to be you literally talking to people, but rather just like, I don't know, like these concepts are like so insane and intricate and complex. I don't even know if I can properly articulate them. But like, yeah. I kind of lost that train of thought, so hopefully I'll remember to, say something when I'm editing. But yeah, like, there's something that the way in which you speak to others, the way in which you relate to others, like, you feel them and they know that you feel them, and you see them and they know that you see them, and it's like you see more, you see past than just the superficial or the mask, because I think a lot of us put on masks most of the time, right? Especially if we're still kind of working on our own confidence, we kind of like fake it until you make it sort of thing. And so I feel like you see past people's masks that they try to put on, and it's usually like, I'm putting on a happy face even though I feel like crying, most of the time. And it's like, you look somebody in the eye and you're like, I can see that you're hiding. Or you can see, you see the true person, like, not the person that they want you to see them as, but you see who they truly are. And I feel like because of that and the way that you are loving towards that, it heals people. It really does, because it's like, I see you, and all of those parts that you think are unlovable, all of those parts in which you feel like you need to hide because they're not worth seeing or embracing or whatever. It's like, you see somebody for their true self, and you're like, you are lovable. Like, you like, you show people how they are lovable. And that makes an impact, because it's like, they know that you're not just saying that, that you're not just, or that you're making a superficial assessment, like, where you're like, yes, this mask that you're putting on where you're pretending to be happy when you're really sad, like, that's good, keep it up, It's not that. It's like, no, I see the sadness and the pain within you, and all of that is still incredibly lovable. And all of that you're trying to hide is beautiful, and it's lovable. Like, it's something about you just teaching people that they are lovable, that they are worthy, that they matter, And that's something that we so desperately need in this world, especially as we're becoming more technologically advanced and more dependent upon non-human things such as AI. Like, humans need to feel like they matter, humans need to feel like that they're making an impact, that they're seen for who they truly are, and that they're lovable, and that every part of them is lovable. And I feel like that's something that you're doing, teaching people that they matter exactly as they are. And that's a whole nother part, is like that they're lovable just as they are, and that they don't have to change. Well, obviously If they're hurting others, then they'll have to change. But like, people that are genuinely not hurting anyone. And those parts of ourselves in which we tell ourselves that they are bad parts of ourselves, but really are quite neutral in the grand scheme of things. It's something about that is really making an impact, and it's gonna really change the world. Like, this message is intense. Like, and I feel like I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked because obviously this is how social people view your social media, but I think that obviously the people that are in your close circle that actually get to speak with you one-on-one, they feel everything that I'm describing. And they see it, with their own eyes, But also, it's like people that view your social media and may not get the opportunity to speak to you one-on-one, they still feel this sense of you having power and using that power for good. Yeah. Honestly, that kind of sums it up. But yeah, it's you specifically that makes the difference. It's like, okay, I'm even getting like, somebody could have done the thing that you want to do 1,000,000 times over. But because you were not the one that did it, it needs you to do it in order for it to make the impact. Like, I don't even know if that makes any sense. Okay, say you want to become a chef, and that's like your passion. You've been dreaming about this your whole life. And, there's been 1,000,000 chefs for however long history is, and you're like, well, everybody's, kind of done everything with food. I guess I kind of won't be doing anything new or unique, so maybe I shouldn't, like, I am just me, and, who wants food made by me? I'm just, whatever. But it's literally because you are making the food. Because of the way in which you view the world, the way in which you see things, the way in which your brain works. It's all of these things that come together, and you may not even realize that it makes a difference, but it does. And it makes a difference in the food that you make. It makes a difference in the lives of people that taste that food and feel the love that's mixed into it. And they feel that passion for cooking through your food. You know what I mean? Like, it's specifically because you're the one creating it that makes an impact and makes a difference. So I feel like that really needs to be shared with whoever I'm connecting with, Like, it's literally because it's you that is doing it that makes the impact and the difference. Like, that's literally like such a reoccurring message in this. Okay. I think I'm gonna wrap this up because I think that this pretty much sums it up for the most part, but I'm gonna just clarify this Lover's card at the bottom of the deck. See if we can get any clarification about that one. Please and thank you, Spirit. Queen of Wands. Oh yeah. So you're very okay. Oh. Well, you're very attractive. So definitely people are looking at your social media and being like, wow, what a babe. But you have like this charisma as well. You're very passion driven, very maybe passion focused. Like you have a fiery sort of passionate energy, especially when it comes to things you care about. You know what is worth standing up for. But in terms of this relating to the Lover's card, you're making choices that are leading you to becoming your higher self, your most evolved self. Like, and again, it's unique to you. So yeah, with those divine choices that you've been making, they're leading you to a position of power. And I think, honestly, whatever you're doing is going to lead to a glow up as well. And I think maybe that glow up is simply you feeling a sense of belonging that leads to that glow up. because I feel like it's really a glow that comes from within. So it's like, yeah, like you grow a sense of confidence when you pursue the thing that you are passionate about or something. You gain confidence through your passions and the things that really speak to your passions. Also, I do believe that Animal Lover is a part of this as well, because she has her little cat down at the bottom of the image here. I do believe that you are an animal lover. Also, there's something about you that is quite a ray of sunshine. And obviously you don't have to be a ray of sunshine every day, every second of every day. Nobody ever is, right? We're gonna all have our off days when we're feeling negative, you know? But I do feel like a lot of people that are able to encounter you, even if it is just your social media, they see you as a bright light in this world. And again, you make a good, healthy, positive impact in the lives of others. Also, especially because this is combined, like clarifying the Lover's card, you also may attract a lot of lovers. Like, I feel like a lot of people want a piece of that because you're so charismatic, you're so glowing, you're so powerful, confident. Like, all of those things combined makes you such a catch to others. I really do believe that. Yeah, that's really significant. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. Okay. This actually does not feel like your energy. I think somebody is watching you right now and they have a crush on you. I think that might just be a side note, to be honest. Or this could be somebody viewing your social media and being like, oh my gosh, what a babe, you know? I feel like, yeah, if this is somebody else, they probably don't feel like super confident compared to you. Or like, if they compare themselves to you, they're probably like, I don't know if I'm worthy of this person, but I think they're really cool, you know? Yeah. I feel like, honestly, you may have more than one person having a crush on you, but it feels like maybe one specifically is being emphasized in this reading, or like right now in this moment. Oh, okay, so this actually could be somebody that wants to reach out through your social media that has a crush on you. Okay, so keep an eye out for somebody that wants to message you through your social media and either flirt with you or maybe take you on a date or something, or maybe share that they think you're cute. I don't know. Yeah, this person knows that you're unique and that there's nobody else like you. Yep. Yeah. Okay, that's a cute way to end it off, I think. But yeah, this is what people are feeling, thinking when they see your social media. Very much impactful, for sure. Okay, so that's the reading. I hope that this resonated for you. And if it did resonate, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you subscribe, you can become a part of the Hive Collective, because my name is Bee. Bees live in hives, and you can become an honorary bee like me. And we can be a little bee family together, alright? If you like my readings and you'd like to see more, be sure to click that bell icon down below so that YouTube actually notifies you next time I upload. And thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.